Here, I also want to... Ah, perfect. Well, she has unusual looks as well. And so I just want to let you know that I rolled for them and they do take effect, so that her kind of soulless and scarred demeanor at the moment is notable to you. She treats this as if it were completely ordinary. She just treats it as a tactical situation, instead of being weirded out. And so she grabs onto the rail that runs along the staircase down, and an old metal rail, and basically flips herself over to get out of there, and maneuvers away from the. Basically, it's a full move. She moves away from the area. Getting in there and fighting with you is not on her list. So, there's no desperation in it. She's not freaking out. She's not terrified of fighting you. She tactically just removes herself from your area and ends up in more of a fighting posture. Actually, it's kind of interesting. She gives one look, so she kind of tags exactly where you are, and then looks away from you and moves to a different spot. Her attention seems to be toward the ship. So that's what she has done, and then it is going to be Cosmonaut.
I'm very much into shifting opponent,
Mm-hmm.
and going through the, not as dramatically as he did, just like going upwards towards the fire, and focusing on him instead.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more of my motivation is more like, this seems to be an interesting guy.
Right. Oh, I get it. Yeah. What's your story? Yeah.
Yeah, and like that. And so, but that kind of, I'm not trying to push myself. I'm just moving through the ceiling and through the roof and the ground.
Well, if you're going to be flying, that's fine. But your D-Solid is not cheap in terms of endurance. So if you want to keep it up, that's going to be a lot more endurance to spend as well.
Yeah, that's true. So what I'm basically, so then I might just like follow her up the stairs and go outside just flying.
Okay. So just spend one endurance just to get a little distance out of the stairs and to a point where you can turn and look at Hellbender is what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, I'm assessing
you
the
can get
situation.
up to, he's not that high up off the ground. You can, or where the ground was, you can come to his level for just one endurance. That's a good solid, that's 10 meters, right? 5 hexes is 10 meters. That's fine, right? It's a good long way to go for just one endurance. So that's not a problem. Now, that's your action. If you want a good look at Hellbender, there is one other thing that you had not really noticed before. He is not alone. There is a creature that floats in the air and floats around him and sort of swims around him like he's always in the middle of its motions. And it is itself almost the size of a person. It is a very strange looking salamander with a very blunt head, with an odd. Did you do a search on Hellbender? And
no.
Okay. And it is.
I'm just laughing for the fire elemental salamander.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of floating about him, and he has no clothes. He seems to be enjoying himself greatly. He's wearing this strange symbol on his chest, And yet there is a web or a network of structure in black that surrounds him and is almost, I'm thinking of the way Steve Ditko draws things. So it's kind of hard to say, but it comes to points on either side of him. So it looks kind of like a collar, even though there is no actual collar there. And it also is just decent enough so you don't have to get the full frontal all the time. But he looks like he's enjoying himself immensely, and he says in extremely American English, he says, looks like Swedes got some more help.
Yeah,
more souls. Have you accepted Jesus as your personal savior?
I kind of put my helmet to the side.
Exactly. I was going to say
so American.
WTF? Thought bubble.
No, more like
I just love the idea of these two extremely ordinary Swedish men being completely baffled by what they're looking at. What the hell?
Of all the crazy shit we have seen today, that one got a reaction.
That's right.
No, but
it's almost like the artist Steve Dillon died not that long ago, and he was the artist for The Preacher, among many other things. And one of his skills was to have the characters staring in shock. Just that, jaws dropped, and they're just like staring in complete, amazement. And so I just got an image of your characters drawn by Steve Dillon. Just one panel of reaction. It's like,
but I'm not going to be accepted by Jesus or any other thing in this case. But I'm in the same time that I'm totally. It's also very predictable in an American, like, so very American TV evangelist on fire kind of. So
you do Google Hellbender, by the way, both
it's a salamander. I checked it. Yeah. Nice looking though. Yeah.
Strangest thing, except this one has teeth.
Oh.
Ooh.
Now I'm Googling it also.
Mm. It's really nice.
Mm. Anyway, but that's just so. But there was like Slice, Stunk, and one more.
This guy.
And this guy. Hellbender.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That was just so. And so if I get the response there, I'm just like so I'm kind of putting the question out there that I had in my kind of why aren't you attacking Greyface, and why are you attacking us?
Mm-hmm.
What got in the way?
Right. Okay, this is good. Opening up some dialogue. Well, Hellbender likes to talk, unlike us. Are you asking in English or Swedish?
English.
Okay, so
not with a probably with a Swedish accent.
No, I got you. And so and even so, most of the Swedes I know were trained in British English.
Yeah.
And so therefore their English sounds accented to an American, even if it isn't very Swedish. So the whole effect, he kind of cocks his head and he goes, he says, well, here y'all are speaking English already. Don't you think it's about time to admit some reality?
What might that reality be?
Join the fold. This is how they explained it to me. All of you, you're already states.
I mean,
And
okay.
it just turns out you Swedes are a little stubborn about it. So this is a good chance. I'll tell you what, between you and me, I don't really give a shit. I mean,
Neither do
I really like the vacation in Amsterdam that I'm getting. Let me tell you. But, if I have to go burn down some places and let Satan out, he kind of looks at the salamander, and the salamander quite horribly grins back at him, nose to nose. And then they both look back at you. And and he says, so, if you're here to, help out your buddy in the ship, I'll gather you up.
I don't care about this politic thing either. But the guy,
he says, first Euro boy to say that to me, I can tell you. Everyone else won't shut up about it.
No. But I've met this Greyface before, and he's not a very
adjusted person.
Well adjusted. And
listen, I'm telling you, my villains are making you two look well adjusted. That's all I have to say. At least you just have ordinary problems.
Like lost car keys and stuff.
I know, yeah, exactly.
I think
that whole existential angst thing, not so bad today.
I'm taking he doesn't feel very well. He's been stuck inside this, whatever. He might hurt people in a really bad way, and he wants to bring back things that they used to be 40 years ago.
And
I don't think that's good. So
that's terrible. He's nodding. Yep.
So why don't we stop him? What do you want to do? Do you want to kill him?
I want to get back to Amsterdam and press some slippery flesh. I got some. Jesus and Satan are waiting for me. You understand that, right? Same guy?
Yeah.
Woo! So all I have to do is torch the place up, let Slice do her thing. She's fucked up, that girl, let me tell you. And
royally.
Then they'll send me back for some more fun. Beats the shit out of Leavenworth, I'll tell you that much.
Beats the shit out of
Leavenworth is a prison in the United States.
The prison, yeah.
Yeah, but let's do that. I think it's much better if you team up now and then maybe let someone else decide politically how to handle our conflict. But I'm not interested in fighting you. The important thing here is Greyface.
Excellent, he says.
Yeah.
All right, then. So
I don't trust him.
Right. So one of the nice things about Champions is that dialogue takes no time. So we're still on 4. So,
yeah.
And so I'm going to. Oh, wait. Where do we go? Binder. Or rather, wait. That was
5, right?
5. Yeah, that's 5. So, do you want to take an action at this point, or are you just going to see what he does?
I'm going to see what he does,
okay.
but I'm
he says,
really.
He says, "I agree. And let's make sure that you are suitably in the right frame of mind for this.